Hi, team. I'm Fitz Kohler, your fitness expert and very noisy race announcer from Fitzness.com. And welcome to the Fitzness Show. Absolutely pumped about this show because Rudy and I are going to rehash and highlight all the fun we had in the first part of our spring. Our 2022 has just rocketed us back into business, which we are so happy to be. And we've bounced around the country to the coolest events around the country with so many wonderful people. So we have a lot of stories to share. And if you're looking for an incredible event to go participate in, whether you like to run really far, really fast, you like to walk just a short distance really slow, we've got something for everybody. If you haven't done so already, Fitzness.com is jam-packed with these guys: hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. We're running specials right now. You buy a book on Fitzness.com, you get a free gift with purchase. If you buy two, you get a discount. Use the discount code TWINS, and you get them both off for 15% off of both books. So here we go. I'm going to bring in the other half of Team Noisy. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here he is.
I don't know who you're talking to there. You're talking to them. You're talking to me.
Them.
I'm ready. I don't know if they'll ever be ready for us, but I'm ready. How you doing?
I am great. I'm so happy to have you on. How long has it been since we saw each other?
Too long. Too long the run show. Which was super fun in Chicago.
Yeah,
No, not that long ago, but it always seems like it's been a long time. Actually,
mostly.
the summer is usually our longest
Yeah,
period.
yeah. You must be in such agony.
I am very sad. I am very sad, and you are very busy. I actually have some time off. You do not.
No, well, I don't want any time off, right? I mean, we get the weekdays off. I don't want time off. I love our events so much and our people. I want them all.
Yeah, okay. I actually don't mind some weekends off here and there, and but it's all good.
It is all good. Okay, listen, for the folks out
Good.
there in internet land, use the comment section. If you have some ideas or thoughts, questions, go ahead. And Rudy and I are going to hit the pavement running because we have a lot of events to discuss. Now, just an FYI, we've broken our race announcing schedule up into two parts because there's so many and we don't want to do this for 3 hours tonight. So we're going to start with the first, I think it's about 9, 10 races of our spring since the start of 2022, right, Mr. Novotny?
That would be correct. Love the spring lineup. Super fun, great destinations, a lot of good stuff to talk about.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay. All right. So we're going to start off, so says me, with the Donna Marathon to Finish Breast Cancer.
Oh man, that looks like it's. I mean, that's really an important event, and it looks like you just killed it.
Well, I did, but only because the people that showed up were so fantastic. And so, I mean, I think almost everybody out there knows that I had the big breast cancer and that wasn't a lot of fun. So, it's one of those things where I host an event. I feel like I host an event for every cause except for breast cancer. And so I had actually reached out to uh, Amanda Napolitano, the race announcer of the Dawn, a couple years ago, and I said, "Hey, this seems like a fit." And thankfully, they decided it was, and it's in Jacksonville, Florida, first weekend of February every year, on the beach or near the beach, right in front of the beach. And what a special event! It's got all the bells and whistles, and I think that probably is standard for all the races we announce, where
Right.
if they have us, if they invest with us, that they've invested in a fantastic course and beautiful medals and the structures and the gear and everything is top notch. But um, beautifully organized event and built with love. I think that's really one of the differences here is we had over 300 breast cancer survivors on Sunday morning alone. So it's a 5K, family 5K on Saturday morning, kids races. We did have a 15K relay this year, but on Sunday it was a half and full marathon on a beachside. And actually it was cold and rainy and windy,
Oh
but
no.
yeah, but the people, it was such a warm experience, and I could sound like a total nerd about this, but there was so much love for the athletes that were going through chemo, radiation, surgeries at the moment, for the survivors, for families that have been through it, for people lost, and then just randoms who showed up and really cared about the cause. So this one is a love fest. My commitment when I have whatever cause we're dealing with, any sort of cancer or degenerative disease, my idea is like, I'm going to go target those people and I'm going to make a stink over them. Well, bad move, Fitz Kohler, because at the Donna there was over 300 who crossed the finish line with the survivor bibs on, and halfway through the day or halfway through the morning, I thought, holy cow, why am I so tired? So I was running.
Did you walk everybody through? Did you pretty much, huh?
Everyone either I caught them ahead of time and ran them through, or I chased them after they crossed. And some of them kept going. They weren't listening. I was saying, Susie Q, come back. And
hey,
so
here. What do you think this is? A finish line?
Get over here. Pay attention. And really what I wanted them is to have that moment and have everybody celebrate each individual. So I got my butt kicked at the Donna, but it was totally worth it. And my network has really expanded to so many cancer patients because of the book, and especially breast cancer. And so Kelly Tenney in California, it's on her list to come run the Donna. Natalie Uyeno. We have so many friends from all over the country who, after they're done beating up breast cancer, or even in the midst, they want to come do the Donna. And it's just awesome. So the Donna, that's number one. Oh, and I wanted to show, on occasion I grab medals wherever I am. Just a souvenir. I mean, clearly I'm not running these races.
Yeah, we talked about it before. We get them the old-fashioned way. We go to a volunteer and we say, give me a medal.
Give them to me. That's right. That's right. Okay. And so this was this year's 15th anniversary. I think it always has dolphins on it, which is pretty cool. Very Florida, and palm trees, of course, even if it's cold and windy and rainy. And then their challenge is called the booby trap. And so what that is.
Perfect.
If nothing else, come and run a race that allows you to say booby a whole bunch of time, because why not? So Babs is the chief ambassador of the D Squad, the Donna Squad. So high five to Babs. I love her, and you'll make a lot of friends at the Donna. So all right.
Didn't she give you your Boston medal? Isn't she the one who?
Yeah. So I met Babs at like a brewery on one of the nights, Donna weekend, and we discovered that she was the person who gave me my medal when I finished the Boston Marathon, which is crazy, right?
Super cool.
Yeah, super cool. Okay, moving on. Novotny, I want to hear about the Kook Run.
The Kook Run, that was a really, really, really fun local event. It is on Super Bowl Sunday, and it is in North County, coastal San Diego. It's actually in Encinitas, just up the road from Del Mar and all the other wonderful beach parts of North San Diego County. And it's a 5K and a 10K. Really, really great course because it's all coastal. It's literally just right. I mean, when I say right on the coast, it's on the 101. It's on the furthest west major artery in San Diego. And people really, it's called the Kook Run because it's named after a
where are you?
A statue that was erected many, many years ago in a beach area in Cardiff, just right by Encinitas, and it was called the Kook, and very controversial. The surfers didn't like it so much because of the way it was set up. And anyway, it's really cool. And the Kook gets dressed up by random people all year long. When it's graduation time, they dress up the Kook in a graduation gown, and it happens.
Guy.
And he's the surfing guy. Yeah. And there's a wave, and it's actually really, really cool. So it's named after the Kook, and a 5K, 10K, really, really fun event. It's pretty flat. You kind of go out and it's a downhill start and you come back uphill a little bit. It's not really hilly. It's challenging, but it's really competitive. We get a lot of San Diego talent out there. And there's a wonderful post-race beer garden and party just adjacent to the race. Metal's really cool. Where are my notes? Kook notes. What else? Oh, entertainment. We got live entertainment out there. Super fun costume contest. Now, this past year, we didn't have as many people in costume, but I know in previous years there was like there was thousands of people in costumes and only a few people not in costumes. Almost like it was required or something.
I
But
like that.
really fun and great prizes. Seriously, amazing prizes for the costume contest. Fitz, it's a real. I know a lot of our events are very festive. The Kook Run is a very party beach vibe.
I love that. And you said
Yeah,
serious after party.
serious after party. Serious after party. There are. I think we have some local breweries come out, a couple of the wineries come out. It's really fun. Just adjacent to the finish line area, start and finish are real close to each other, and it gets very competitive. We get some really fine talent, and of course we got people walking, just like all our events, people walking and enjoying it. And February can be really nice in San Diego. Everything's weather dependent, but.
Hey, Rudy, is the medal the Kook?
The medal, I didn't
Remember, was it
have one. The medal, the Kook is on the medal. The Kook is on the medal. You got me. I don't have the medal. I did have the medal. I don't have it. I'm looking around. Yeah. I think the Kook's always on the medal. Yeah.
I have them. I have the medals floating around. In fact, I gathered a few before we went live.
Oh, did you? Good job.
I'm going to pause for two things. First of all,
Okay.
I like that you're wearing your Team Noisy shirt. Me too. And
Yes.
I didn't show you, but I have added to our collection Team Noisy pants. Look at these.
Oh, Team Noisy sweats. Nice.
So,
How fashionable are you?
I'm uptown. I'm branded, but I'm very proud of these. These are our first Team Noisy pants we've had.
And your top is kind of a crop top.
It is a crop half.
That's really cool.
Abs, Rudy.
Mine too. That's so bad. People are no.
Stop. Okay, so and then that was the first thing, and then number two is I wanted to share. I actually have some video footage for some of our races, and I wanted to share. I'm not going to go through the whole video, but clip of the Donna. But we have Tresan Romano Hall wants to know. Do you know the date for the 23 Kook race?
It's Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, I mean, it is Super Bowl Sunday. So whatever date that falls on is when we'll have that.
Okay.
And I'll kind of go into my phone as you're putting on the video.
Okay. All right. So we're going to watch a little video. And again, I'm not going to let you watch the whole thing, but the Donna video, because I think it's really special. Where is it? Donna video. And boom. All right, that's what I'm going to share with you.
February 12th, 2023.
Okay, your microphone just went super loud, so I don't know if you did something interesting, but it was like, woo!
I didn't do anything. Okay, I think I just spoke loudly.
Okay, you got a big voice. Yeah, February 1, 23.
February 12th, 2023.
Thank you. That's actually exactly a week after the Donna. Okay, and you are a kooky guy, so you are perfectly suited for the Kook Run. I hope they keep you as an announcer forever. Okay, now we're going to go to real Kook, real party, because Gasparilla, the Publix Gasparilla Distance Classic, is at the end of February, and we took it over this year, and it was a raging pirate party.
It was that was so much fun. Oh, that was just that was a raging party all weekend. We got all pirated up, you and I, and a lot of other people did too. And Tampa Bay area, just comes out big every year for that event. You know, one of the things about that one is, I mean, there's a lot of wonderful things. There's a 15K. You don't get to run 15K a lot. It's just a distance that doesn't come up, isn't offered a lot.
Or an 8K.
Or an 8K, right, right. Exactly. 8K, almost 5 miles, 4.96 miles, 15K, 9.3 miles, because it's kind of a little bit different.
You're the weird data part of Team Noisy. You're like 15.96 miles.
Oh, stop.
So funny. But yeah, so Publix Gasparilla Distance Classic Weekend, we have a 5K, an 8K, a 15K, and a half marathon. And I have never seen so many challenges. You can do just one race, or you could do 2 of the 3, or 3 of the 4, or all.
Right.
They all have a different name, and basically they're all sponsored by beer. It's pretty special. So if you like running and you like playing and you like medals and you like pirates, there's no better place to be.
And Fitz, what was this last year? Wasn't it like 45 years? I mean, it's an iconic. It's been around a long time.
Yes, that sounds about right. I can't remember specifically because
I think it was 45, 46 years, something like that. It was a long time. Of course, everybody's had the COVID break, but yeah, Gasparilla is totally iconic. In the past, it's been a super, super, super competitive, like world competitive event in the 15K.
Yeah, actually, one of the things that I really enjoyed in the half marathon, and we didn't know it was going to happen, but we had a world record broken at the Gasparilla half marathon. Marco Cicchetto, a double amputee, ran the fastest half marathon for a double amputee.
Right. That's right. That was an amazing feat, and it was just a wonderful weekend. I mean, I remember looking out of my hotel room and seeing a pirate ship in the bay.
Blasting off the cannon.
I'm like, this is serious pirate celebration. It was Tampa. That's my first time in Tampa. It went way beyond my expectations. Really cool town, cool city.
Yeah, very, I'm a native Floridian, and I'm very proud of a lot of our state, but that's a really great place. And it's also Champa Bay. So Lightning didn't win it this year, but all the football titles and baseball and hockey, hockey. How does that even happen? But yeah, Tampa's beautiful. And, my commitment to that race is not only to make a lot of happy noise, but to continue to build that pirate element, because
right.
Spades with great costumes. I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to show some of the Gasparilla video. Again, guys, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. And you might hear repeat in music, because I have purchased a few copyright written musics, and you'll hear a couple of them over and over. So if this is the same as you heard before, sorry. Did you want to say something, Rudy?
No, so don't apologize. It's great stuff. Do it.
All right, here we go. Gasparilla.
Love that. I forgot. That's right. And we had Brady and Gronkowski kind of, sort of were there.
Brady and the Gronk were there. That's right. In full force. We had Captain Jack Sparrow running around and all sorts of goodness. We had Betty, Betty's like 99 or something like that.
I think she 95 or something. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah.
Wow. A lot of special fun at Gasparilla. What else was I going to say? Oh, and back with the all the challenges with the beer challenges, like the
Right.
Michelob challenge, whatever. So much beer at the after party.
And that after party was huge. All kinds of amazing entertainment, lots of bands. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
It was a lot of fun. What was the other thing I was going to add? So we rented costumes. I thought that was really fun. You and I went a little heavy on the costumes on Saturday. I had a lot of leather and it was very warm in Florida that day. So the next day, and you had the big pirate coat. So the next day we went pirate light.
Pirate light. That's right. I think we coined a term there, but it was so much fun. Just getting all done up and having several different outfits and just being part of the party.
Yeah, and it's nice to me. I love theme races, and eventually, obviously, we do a bunch of them. But it's nice when there's a unifying theme where everyone can be that one thing in various forms. So a lot of fun. Gasparilla Pirate Party. Are you coming in 2023? The answer is yes, right?
Yes, you are.
Yes, we are. All right, hold on. We've got Trisan back, and she's adding the kook to her calendar. So that may be her first race post-op, and she might bring baby coach. I don't know what that is, baby coach. She's going to bring a baby coach. So
okay, we look forward to that.
And then Christy Marriott. Can't wait for you to return to Central and Northern California. We're coming. We've got more on our agenda. Yeah, I'm expecting you at the San Francisco Superhero Run, or else.
Or else. We threaten when it's necessary. We'll threaten you to show up.
That's right.
We're taking names.
So this is the other thing I wanted to say about Gasparilla is with all the challenges, everyone gets a jacket. So you get your
a really cool jacket. Yeah. Good stuff. Good swag. Great swag.
And they're different jackets. So if you do the 4 race challenge, you get one jacket. And if you do the 3 race, you get a different jacket. And all the swag is pretty aggressive. And we have PJ Pepperjack, our parrot from Gasparilla, and he's on everything. It's just really fun. Really fun. Okay, hold on. Rudy, your pal baby coach, the service doggo. That is coach.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah, there we go.
All right. So Gasparilla, last weekend of February, everyone's got to come. And usually we get discount codes for all of this stuff. So wait for that. All right. Next up, I would like to share about the Coast Guard Marathon.
That sounds like it was awesome. First year.
Yeah, it
inaugural event.
Inaugural event in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Now, folks, if you love the military, if you're doing that 50-state challenge, or you just want to come try something fun with great swag, they did such a fantastic job on this event. And you know what it's like when you show up to an inaugural event, you're thinking, okay, what am I going to get here? Right? What am I going to get? The Visit Elizabeth City, the team there, they're not even race directors. They just happened to nail it with the creation of this race series. So it's Coast Guard Marathon. It's not put on by the Coast Guard. It's in conjunction with the Coast Guard. But our athletes got to run through the base for the 5K, the half, and the full. All 3 of those distances, they got to run through the base. And it's not a maritime base. It's an air base. And so all the big planes and jets and cargo planes, all this stuff. I actually didn't get to go through it because I was working the whole time, and the start and finish were outside. Hopefully next year I'll get to have a trip in there. But the coasties that live on that base, from the newest coastie to the admiral, was out there all weekend. They're all in uniform. They had all their stuff, their trucks and their helicopters and all sorts of interesting toys to show off and play with. They were the people at the finish line passing out the medals. They were lining the course cheering for everybody. On the morning of our half and full marathon, we had a flyover by one of those big Hercules cargo jets.
Wow.
Massive. And so I think a Hercules could hold, there was a helicopter with it. It looked like the Hercules could eat 6 of the helicopters. It was crazy. And they came in this flyover and went right over us. And that was one of the most stressful parts, because I had to time the anthem to finish immediately. And then as soon as the anthem was done, but it was fantastic. It was super cool. And again, to have all of these uniformed men and women from the Coast Guard there. And the medal was one of these Hercules planes. I guess we call them planes, not jets.
Planes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Planes.
And it was a spinner. So as you turn the metal there, you could see what kind of cargo was inside the jet. They also, as people were finishing, they were having Coast Guard search and rescue demonstrations in the lake next to the finish line. Helicopters dropping coasties into the water.
What? I don't remember that. I don't remember you telling me that. That's awesome.
So cool. And then at the expo, they had a coastie backdrop with the basket. And again, the uniform coasties there to take photos with everybody. It was really very fun. And this year, it's going to be, I think it's also the first weekend of March. And they have more. Because I asked the race director, I was like, are you bringing that stuff back? And she said, yes, plus more. And this is very important for you to know, Rudy Novotny, because I think you're going to be super jealous. Are you ready? Their captain, Chip, promised me a flight suit for next
All right, now I'm just pissed off. Fitz, I think it's fair to say that, when we talk about honoring, and, you and I are both, very patriotic individuals, and we love all of our service people so much. Very often in conversation and just in discussion, everybody's talking about Army, Navy, Marines, and Air Force, and the Coast Guard is kind of.
I fell in love. I mean, always respect them, especially being a Floridian, being a coastal state. But I fell in love. Coast Guard all the way, coasties all day. They were so much fun.
Yeah, and being a boater and diver, I have a very strong attachment to the Coast Guard, because when I'm out there, I see them. And they're really important to anybody who spends any time on the water anywhere. So thanks, Coasties.
And then Tim Patton, this is a great story. He came to run the Coast Guard Marathon. And
the only hills were speed bumps.
So he's a sergeant from a police sergeant from Cleveland, which, yay, I love that, obviously. And then he tells me he's going to run it in under 4 hours. And as we do, I was looking for him. And I looked at my clock, it's maybe 3:30, and I was like, oh, Tim won't be here for another half an hour. Well, P.S., he didn't just break 4 hours. At 3:40, he comes running down the pipe, and I was like, what? My eyes aren't as good as I think they are. I'm like, could that be? What?
3:40, a target time of 4 hours, and he runs 3:40. That's just ridiculous.
So a combination of an incredible course and an incredible athlete. And so that was really fun. I hurdled the fence, which I'm definitely breaking a leg doing that one day, by the way.
Right.
Picked me off the floor. I hurdled, I grabbed him, and man, it was mind boggling. And then also he came to Buffalo, and then he PR'd again by 4 minutes. So Tim. Matt.
And I want to go back to you mentioned it, but for your race director and their staff for that to have been their first, it wasn't just the first Coast Guard Marathon, it was their first running event. And I know you raved about how they handled all the detail and everything. So yeah, people get excited about inaugurals, but they're also a little nervous. What are we going to get? So what a compliment.
Yeah, it was wonderful. And the other thing is the race director Corinna and Tiffany, her sidekick, they're so sweet. It's just a happy place, and they took great care of me. They take great care of their athletes. They're so appreciative and respectful of everybody. So that should be high on your list. Again, if you love running or travel or the military, get on over to the Coast Guard Marathon, 5K, half and full. I wouldn't be surprised if they added another distance this year. They're really they're gung-ho, and it's awesome. Okie dokie. Next, are you ready?
I'm ready. What's next?
Los Angeles Marathon.
There we go. Well, that's a biggie for both of us. That's one we look forward to, and it's large, and of course, I think what we're seeing, Fitz, is pretty much with this comeback in our calendar and races coming back. Most of them are coming back at about between kind of like 60+% to 75, 80%, right, which is great. That's not a complaint. It's, people are busy. They're a little slow to come back. Maybe some people are still being cautious, but boy, LA Marathon, that's just, it's just on my calendar, it's among my favorites. It always has been.
Yeah, and we love buckets of runners. I mean, we just want them
We
all.
get buckets.
Give us more. LA gives us the most on our schedule. I think it's our largest. But so what I want people to know about LA is it is LA. It's such a party vibe. And clearly we influence that at the start line, but they are the happiest start lines of our entire year. These athletes, when by the time we yell go, they're in such a frenzy. And
they do get fired up. It's Dodger Stadium. It's such an LA start, Dodger Stadium. It's big. It's LA. It's the boys in blue, and everything that's happening at Dodger Stadium.
yeah, it just has that really fun part. And we could use fun for all of our races, but this is
Of course
a little frenetic, like, we're in Los Angeles. And people come in from North Dakota and I instantly became like LA party people, but it's just very special. And that's for the 5K and the full marathon. And what people don't know is we have a half marathon. I barely remember that we have a half.
right
30 half marathon. So if you want to come have the Los Angeles experience and you don't feel like a full marathon is in the cards for you in March, okay, fine. Be a part of this charity program and run the half, because you get the crazy fun start at the Dodger Stadium, and then you run over to the same finish line, and the medals are great.
Yeah. And as you said, though, just to be clear to anybody listening, it is a special charity, fundraising program for the half marathon. It is a limited amount. It's actually very limited, and it sells out very quickly. So I think it's still open for next year. But yeah, LA half marathon. Very cool.
It's like a secret. It's a not secret.
Right. It's right.
We might be ruining the secret, but I just think, because clearly a half marathon it's not even half as easy as a full. It's so much easier than a full. So you get the best of both worlds if that's your jam. And then this is the thing that I actually love most about LA. So historically, LA has had many different courses over the years, but for the past X amount, our finish line has been at Santa Monica, and folks run down, is it Pacific Coast Highway towards the finish line?
It's you can refer to it as that. Yeah, it's Ocean Boulevard, Ocean Avenue.
Ocean Avenue. So they're running towards us, and it's beautiful. It's beachfront and lovely, and the finish line is right before the Santa Monica Pier. And there's, the ocean is fantastic. However, one of the great flaws of this setup was the fact that all the runners would have great crowd support coming down Ocean Boulevard?
Ocean Avenue.
Okay, Ocean Avenue. And then the crowd support stops. And for maybe 300 yards between those people and the finish line, there's no support. There's no spectators allowed. The only people those athletes have had are us.
you and me. Well, and it's just as you said, the crowds are huge. The crowds are massive. There's people 8 deep, and they're going nuts. And it's the helicopters overhead and everything. And then
nothing.
Just us. So yeah.
And kudos to us. I think we do a great job.
Well, yeah, but
it was almost tragic that nobody was able to see their loved one cross the finish line. That's a very special moment. And just nobody is witnessing anybody's finish except for us and those photographers, correct?
Right. And that has changed.
Yeah.
And the course still takes in so much of iconic Los Angeles, so many landmarks, so many things that are, on any visitor's list to go to and see.
Rodeo Drive, that Disney Theater, Grauman's Chinese Theater, the Walk of Fame, all the stuff. But the finish line has changed. And so when the finish line changed a year or so ago, people started complaining, oh, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be so bad. How dare you do this? This is a worst idea. It's basically like, I don't know. It's the worst, right? That was the feeling. It's going to be terrible.
and it is so much more festive and so much better attended and so much noisier. And there's family and friends and bleachers and people stacked like 10 high and everything. Yeah, I mean, it's
Jumbotron. It is.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
this finish line is infinitely better than the other finish line experience.
Right. And people just need to get used to change, and change is hard, but as far as the finish line and noise and festive atmosphere, I think it's a massive improvement. It really is. Yeah.
Massive improvement. I think there's so many people that have come through and they're like, you know what, it actually was a lot better. I thought it was going to be bad. And then some people dig in their heels are like, yeah, it's still the worst. But I think those people are just digging in their heels because there's so much wonderful about this new finish line.
And in Santa Monica, you had to walk and walk and walk and when you cross the finish line. I mean, there was post-race food and fluid right away, and the medals were right there. But to get to the post-race festival, which was really fun, you had to go quite a ways down. Now, I know you've just run a marathon, but it was quite a ways down. Here, you cross the finish line. It's just a real short walk, and it's a really beautiful green, just huge enclosed. I mean, I say enclosed, kind of alcove area that's just massive with food and fluid and all kinds of festivities and music. It's great.
Yeah. I think this is a major upgrade for the LA Marathon. If you've heard otherwise, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but Team Noisy thinks it's a big win. And come out and do LA. So LA is not considered one of the majors, the Abbott World Majors, but it's pretty major. This is as close as you get. And it's Los Angeles. And the other thing that people don't think about is LA comes to the race. So Jimmy Kimmel, quite a few years, love him or not, he shows up with some of his crew and his camera people, and they somewhat prank the athletes. They invite them to be a part of the show.
Well, but now this past year was epic with Grumman's Chinese. They had it all set up it was the Oscars, right?
Oh, that's right.
It was all set up. The red carpet was out there. You got to go right on it and take pictures. And didn't the Kimmel crew do something? They did. They actually came out.
Well, I don't think they were in that Oscar setup, but yeah, what you're saying is, so the Oscars were the next weekend, but they had already set up everything in the tent. It was all
set up.
So runners ran through the tents. They got to pose with those big golden Oscar statues.
Right.
That's then also Jimmy Kimmel. So
right.
Keep in mind when you come to the Los Angeles Marathon, you get Los Angeles, and there's always something fun and interesting. And we always have some rando celebrity actor, musician showing up. Usually we don't even know they were there until after the fact. We're like, oh, okay, that would have been cool to know in advance, but sometimes they surprise us. Sometimes we catch them, right?
Another improvement is I think the expo at Dodger Stadium is really cool, super fun. No parking fees. You just come on in, no parking fees at all. I mean, previously it was at the convention center, LA Convention Center, a real nice space and everything, like $25 to park. In downtown LA. So this was, I thought, a huge improvement. ASICS had a huge display, and then the expo had amazing vendors, and it was, I just thought it was an exceptional.
You know what they had? They had all the free snacks. It was like, if you like to go to Costco and get your sample, sample palooza. There was free ice cream and free chicken wings or something. It was free everything. It was really fun. So Los Angeles it's a must do, right?
And of course, the swag's really cool. There's a lot of challenges. And what I really like that LA does is the LA Loyal program. There are all these different, what's the word I want to use? There's different levels that LA Loyal rewards you for coming back. And I think the LA Loyal starts at 3 years or 2 years.
Yeah.
It started too?
Yeah. And so for those, if you think about a legacy program, legacy athletes, a legacy means you ran every race since the beginning the race started. And so it's hard to jump into a race and become part of their legacy team because you can't, there's no time machines. However, LA says, okay, we want to incorporate you, make you a new version of legacy. And I think that's really special, that LA Loyal, and they have cool swag. It's all black and gold, and I don't know, it's rapper style.
LA should definitely be on your list. If it hasn't been on your list, you need to put it on there, and it's an absolute worthwhile and super fun.
You ready? Ready?
I'm ready.
LA. Boom.
And how could I forget the challenge where we send the elite women off? I can't remember what it was. It was, Tony Revis did the math and nailed it this year and sent the women out. I think it was
like 11
minutes. Yeah, 11, 12 minutes or whatever. So the men are literally just coming right up behind them. And so what you want is just a race where they're at the finish line, and that's just about what happened. I believe the differential was something like 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
8 seconds. And yes, ladies, you won.
Yeah. So start the women first. The men have to chase them. It's a boys versus girl, and it was magic. And then the other thing about LA, it's so big. We've got we're managing the start line along with KTLA, our television partner, and there's producers in our ear yelling at stuff. Rudy and I, we like to run our show the way we like to run our show. And so someone's like, no, don't do that yet. And we're like,
But you know what? A tip of the hat to KTLA. They do an incredible job of the live broadcast. And just one other thing, we talked about legacies. 37 years. We don't have any. I know there are lots of races we don't do so far. We'll get to the point where we do all of them. But 37 years, over 120 legacy athletes. They've run every single year for 37 years. Come out to LA.
Come out to LA. All right. Next up on my list is Lake Havasu Half Marathon and 5K. Go ahead, Rudy. We announced it 2 years ago, and now you did this one alone this year in early April.
I did, and we did miss you. Havasu was just, again, a lot of fun. Havasu is, with all due respect, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's a drive to. You can't fly in. You got to drive to it. Lake Havasu is beautiful. It's a resort area. It's a party town.
And you know what it reminded me of is
what was that?
And this is Florida talk. This is but it's Redneck Riviera. It's just this lake and all the boats and the trucker hats and the beer and the jet skis. It's heaven on earth.
I think that's a fair name, because it's all about skiing, jet skiing, boating, RVing,
ATVs, all the little motorcycle stuff.
If it burns gas, it's out there. So, Mercury Events, our friend Gavin, just does a great job of bringing it out there. And so some of the things about Havasu, it really is a racecation. So you need to plan to come out and spend the weekend. You're going to take a little bit of a drive. It's kind of right on the border of Arizona and Nevada. So you'll probably, we went to Vegas before last year.
Vegas. So go to the race first and then go to Vegas for a couple days after.
Super fun. And lots of national parks in the area. Really, really a fun spot to be.
Valley of Fire's nearby.
Valley of Fire and Valley of Fire. And what's that?
Red Rock Canyon.
Red Rock Canyon. Yeah, thank you for that. So lots of lake activities. You run over and under the real London Bridge, which is really pretty cool. I mean,
Over from London. It's the London Bridge.
yeah, I mean, literally, piece by piece. So that's really cool. Another outstanding post race party. The race, okay, so we've got a half marathon and 5K. Oh, I hope I'm not leaving anything out. Half marathon and 5K. That's right. The half marathon is very, very flat, very fast. Weather, we get what we get. It can get a little warm sometimes. It's early April, so it's like, what was it, Fitz? Like the 6th or something like that of April. I think if I remember right. Yeah. And as part of the Mercury Events also puts on the Laughlin half at the river, so it's part of the Colorado River Challenge. So you get really, really, really awesome bling for doing Laughlin and then coming out and doing Havasu. So just people just come out and have fun. Lots of restaurants. It does get busy and it gets really busy, and it's right at spring break. So if you do think about coming out to Havasu, which I totally encourage you to do so, make your hotel reservations as early as possible, because it's kind of spring break time and it gets crazy.
Okay, do you want to hear something funny? So I'm in my office, and this is the stuff I have in my office, but something's been drawing my attention over there. There's some sort of rustling. Are you ready to see what's going on?
Yeah, what are you?
This is what's happening. Okay, so, I got two things. I'm going to bring this up. It is my llama, inflatable llama, and my Boston Marathon Milo
heat sheet. There you go.
We're having a good time together.
Okay.
It keeps rustling. Like, what you doing over there? Cut it out. Okay. All right, Rudy, I've got a question, which is a good one, from Tristan. Are you going to list all your 2023 races on your page? Y'all just gave me so much to focus on. I'll come back here. Thank you. Of course. Good. We're so happy you're a part. And yes, so I put my entire schedule at fitzness.com. And then I have it on the Fitz. And when Rudy's announcing with me, that is referenced at fitzness.com on my page. So if you go there, you can find out where we will be together, where I will be alone. And then I also put my schedule on my Fitzness Facebook page. Now that man has yet.
I'm a little slow. I'll be posting all this stuff. I just added something today, and I have some new discount codes. So I need to get to work, mister, as you would say.
Let's do it. That's right. And he's so organized in so many ways. And then there's just a few things he refuses.
Okay. All right. Well, the thing about Havasu is we have a doggy dash, which is really, really fun. So bring the puppies, and there's something for the puppies there. So I don't want to forget about the doggy dash. And, and the race benefits a lot of really fine local charities. So good people, great event, and again, benefiting some real good things happening in Havasu. So
Havasu, then go hiking, and then go to Vegas and ruin it all. Okay.
There are people listening going, excuse me, Vegas and nearby? Okay. And Hoover Dam, really cool stuff there. Yep.
So the reason I couldn't be with you in Havasu this year is because I was at the Publix Savannah Women's Half Marathon and 5K, which I've been out forever and I love. And this one is the ultimate girls weekend. Now, boys are invited too. We have lots of men participate and lots of boys participate, but it really is. It's this very charming women's themed race. And I mean, we have a few thousand athletes. It's not a monster like LA, but boy, we have almost every state represented. People come from all over to run the race, and rightfully so. This year, Caitlin Presti, she's so great. She's my new race director at Publix Savannah Women's Half and 5K. And so she was hired on a few years ago. Was so excited to take over this race, and then boom, the world shut down, and then they pushed it back, and then boom, they turned her off again. And I mean, she had to wait 2 entire years to direct this race, and she poured so much love into it and girly love into it, because Savannah is the home of Juliet, Lo, the founder of Girl Scouts. And so she had all the Girl Scouts out there in front of Juliet's house and giving out cookies to the athletes. And it was just all sorts of fun stuff. Girls on the Run. They gave, I forget how many of these girls and their coaches and parents free registrations, but we had
nice.
a massive group of them come out and run the 5K. It's a single day event. So you come out on Friday and there's the expo, which is a wonderful experience, lots of shopping and great gear, by the way. They partner with their local, I think, Fleet Feet store, and just the gear is fantastic. So another girly thing, if you like stylish clothing and socks and hats, Savannah's got it. But you run through such a charming city, and there's a lot of cobblestone, there's a lot of regular paved roads, but it's all shaded by these beautiful trees. And you've seen Savannah, even if you've not been to Savannah, you've seen it in the movie Forrest Gump. It's just charming. Everybody always praises the weather and the shade and the architecture. It's wonderful. And so Forrest Gump always comes to run all of it. So we do the Savannah Women's Half and 5K, and then we have the Bridge Run in December at both races. Savannah, Forrest is there. Sometimes he's bearded Forrest, and sometimes he's nerdy Forrest, but just wonderful. And then here's the thing: you come for the race, much like Havasu, where you go do that, and then you hike and go to Vegas. When you come to the race, you are still in Savannah. So you leave, there's a mega party at a band shell. They normally have a all-female band. So much alcohol. So for starters, Saturday morning is a party. And then all of our athletes go and get on those pedal parties. Are you familiar?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Those are
that you ride your bike and cruise around town. So they're all the ladies like, woo, pedaling around Savannah. And then there's ghost tours, and it's extra fun. And I thought I brought one of those medals out here too, but apparently I did not. But I love this race weekend. And quite often we have 3-4 generations of women within a family come out and do it. And we have a big showing from Black Girls Run and Girl Trek. And it's just a good time. So everybody should be there. Yes.
Sounds good. Bless your heart.
Bless my heart. That's right. I can say y'all and Savannah on the stage, and I don't feel like a weirdo. Everyone's like, oh, she's just talking to us. Okay, here we go. Savannah. Boom.
Good times.
Good time. So 2 other things that I wanted to share is that, or at least one other thing I wanted to share is that the last finisher gets a free entry to the next year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And so we celebrate everyone first to last. And that's our policy for you and I.
Love it.
Really special to put, your money where your mouth is. We actually take great care of the final finisher, and she had trotted off. I didn't know she was last. We had to go hunt her down. We're like, you can come back. She was crying. Cute. Okay, next up, Mr. Novotny. We have Beach and Bay in California. Do tell.
Beach and Bay, San Diego, California, and it's named very appropriately. Half marathon, 5K, and 10K. Half marathon really takes in. I mean, it's staged at Mission Bay, which is absolutely gorgeous, kind of mid San Diego. And by the way, San Diego is huge. If you don't know San Diego is really massive. But Mission Bay is the staging area. our race director, Christy Carreño, does just such a fabulous job putting this all together. And the half marathon takes in just so much of the what I'll call central San Diego Bayside and beachside, and you're running along coastal walks, and it's really scenic. It's beautiful, very, very, very flat, as you would imagine. The after party is massive. It's one of the biggest beer gardens I've ever seen for the size of the event. And I think this year we had about 8,000 in the half. It was big. It's really grown.
You did say that they just stuck around. People just stuck
around. Yeah, I was doing awards and there's lots of live entertainment. The bands were really, really good. Some outstanding cover bands. And again, it's in Mission Bay. It's just so beautiful. And I'm overlooking I have a straight shot to the beer garden, and it is just packed. And it didn't unpack until we, okay, everybody go home.
Yeah.
What else? The medal's really cool. The medal is essentially a license plate, a California license plate. Very, very well done. Really, really artistic. And people just go nuts over the medal because it is very, very different, and it's really fun. Early April weather is usually very good. And I think this is year number 6, and the race is really thriving. It's doing very, very well. And, a great time, just kind of a great time of year. It's that spring, kind of that, not early, not late spring, just kind of right in the middle. And weather's good, and it's a great tour of San Diego. It's Beach and Bay half marathon, 5K, 10K, just mega fun. And I like you said, I think we've used that term for every race that we do, and it's not untrue, but it's just exceptionally fun.
Beach and Bay. Well, it's
Beach and Bay.
It's a shame we don't do that one together. I'm sure I'm somewhere else, but it sounds like a good time. What's so funny is the amount of alcohol served at races. And so for the outsiders who don't understand the running community and walking community, well, they think we're all runners. And so many people within the running community just purely walk, or many do run walk. I'm a run walker. But then I think the outsiders think it's very serious. The fact that it's Sunday morning and there's so many people just, whether they have 1 beer or 5 beers, it's still beer on a Sunday morning, which is kind of foreign to me and many. And then, you're beautifully 36 years sober, but I'm willing to have a beer here and there, but we're, we work to the end. And so we never actually get to take part in these parties. And I very much like to. But.
Well, and so, San Diego has become a microbrew capital. It's really now recognized as a microbrew mecca. And I think at Beach and Bay, we had 5, 6, 7 microbrews dishing out all that good stuff. It was very, very well done. Nobody went home thirsty.
No, that was not a problem of the day. We got Nicole Vargas. Oh, Dallas hotties are ready for me. That I will be in Dallas for Superhero in the fall. So I cannot wait to get to you, Nicole. I miss you very much. Looking forward to that. All right. Last one on my list, our list for today, is one you love so much. It's the Big Sur International Marathon.
Yeah, that's
fell off the planet for 2 years. So this year was especially special.
It was. And, I think we probably had some of the best weather we have ever had. Was there wind out on the course? Of course there was. It's just what it is. But it was beautiful. There was so much sunshine, so gorgeous. Big Sur, the first thing you think of, you just can't help yourself. It's the course. Running on the ragged edge of the Western world.
Yeah, and you actually are, folks. There's no buildings between you and the coast. you on the coast looking, you look down, it's a little scary sometimes. You're right there, and you start at Big Sur Station, the national forest, and
Yeah, Big Sur Station. Yeah, it is a national. It's a national park, Big Sur Station,
with
and
the
point to
redwoods.
point. Yep, the redwoods there, and it's point to point to Carmel. It's just spectacular.
So fancy. So if you don't know much about it, it's that coastal run, and then we have, I mean, this beautiful bridge, Bixby Bridge. It's if you've watched Big Little Lies with Reese Witherspoon, and
Right.
you always see them going over Bixby Bridge. There's really no school over there they're going to. Anyways, beautiful stuff. And then they pile on by adding a classical pianist at the end of the bridge. So you come over and Michael Martinez is there in his tuxedo and tails, ping, 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 making fancy music. And then we have to me, they're hula dancers, but I know that's not the right term. Who are those?
Yeah. Oh, don't ask me. They're native dancers of some kind. I do not remember. But they have the taiko drummers out there.
Michael.
Those are the taiko drummers and dancers, and there's entertainment all over the course. It's just packed with entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's just it's special. And of course, we talk about the marathon. That is the banner event. But there's so much more going on. The 21 miler,
Huh?
the 12 the 12K, 11 miler,
and
12K, and 5K. Yeah.
And the relay. And so I think the relay is where the real smart people go. Because say you just want to run over the bridge, okay.
Yeah.
Number 3 of the relay. You can do, it's 4 lengths, and you could have up to 4 people doing those lengths. So you have to jump into a lottery to get your spot in the marathon. It's fairly competitive. But then you could register immediately and just get right into the 21 miler. And this is the thing. We have a hard cutoff. It's a 6-hour cutoff. And from the last person crossing the start line. So once that last person crosses, the clock goes, and we have to reopen the road at, it's like 1:30 or something in the afternoon, because there's no side streets. People can't just get where they want to shut down. And so the commitment from the marathon is we're going to open it up so we can get the permit again next year. If we leave the roads open, we may not be able to do this again, and there are no sidewalks. And so, we actually do yank people from the course at, I think it's mile 15 and 22. So it's kind of exciting towards the end, where some people think, oh, the end of the marathon is back of the backers, not exciting. No, it is very exciting. Who is or isn't going to make it down that road? Who's been taken away on the bus? If you don't finish, you don't get a medal. This is not Disney World where they're just passing them out like candy or trick-or-treating. You are earning your medal at Big Sur. And if you fail that time, fine, you come back and try it again. But the 21 miler gives you 5.2 less miles. And that gives you the opportunity to really make it to that finish line without so much stress. Right?
And when it comes up, we know there's a lot of people that are disappointed that they didn't get into the marathon. We get something like 35,000 or 40,000 applicants for the yes, thanks, Christy, and thanks, I've got that as a note. And so they wanted to do the 26.2, but when we encourage people, jump into the 21 miler, because you get so much of the Big Sur experience, and we always hear back from them. They were so glad they did the 21 miler rather than just wait and do try to get into the marathon the next year.
Right. And so it's 21 miles of athletic adventure and beautiful views and camaraderie. I mean, it's just so lovely. And we encourage people, don't wear your earbuds on this one. Just enjoy the sounds of the ocean crashing into the shore. It's so fantastic. But this is the thing. Say you show up, something goes awry, and you don't finish. You get on the boo-boo bus and they drive you back. Well, whatever. If you have even the first 5 miles of this course, if that's what you got to do, wow, you got to do it. And so I don't encourage anyone to show up for a race they're really not prepared for. But if you show up and you get swept, okay, fine. You lived larger that day than everybody else who stayed home. So it's just a spectacular experience. And is it hard? Yeah. Is it worth it? I believe so. Now, I say that as a person who's not run it. You've run it, right? Many
Yeah,
times.
many times.
There. But I've driven it, and wow, just to drive it's pretty cool.
Well, your point was very well made, though. We might see more determination in a short period of time at Big Sur finish line than anywhere else. All the finish lines are filled with joy and passion and determination. But because of that cutoff, we are seeing people looking up. They're praying, they're doing whatever they need to do to get there before the finish line closes down.
So I don't know how I ended up. I think it was in my phones. My phone just sends me like messages. Hey, look at these old photos. And I was dying laughing because I have pictures of people trying to get under the arches. It's being deflated. So
Oh,
we start
right,
pulling everything.
right,
They make this finish area
right.
disappear in a flash. It's very impressive. And it's all the like military people from the Defense Language Institute nearby. They rip it all down. But watching people try to get under the arches is special. It's very special. And
Go ahead.
no, you got
The finishers village is huge. It's
right.
fantastic. There's a VIP option, and there is Boston to Big Sur. We don't want to forget that. There we go, Tim. Boston to Big Sur is pretty spectacular, and year to year to year, and actually in the last several years, these athletes who have run the Boston Marathon on it's Tuesday, isn't it? Or is it Monday or Tuesday? Monday. And then they run Big Sur 6 days later. Now, sometimes it goes to 13 days, but lately it's been 6 days. So anyway, Boston Big Sur Challenge. And can't forget the medal. The medal spectacular, handmade, fired, like a clay. It's absolutely very, very different. I love cool medals. And I remember my very first Big Sur marathon medal was just like, wow, this is not your typical medal.
So Tim's question, yes, if you get into Boston, you can just buy your way into Big Sur for that challenge. There's a special category for people who want to do both. It's much easier. But the problem is that makes it not easier is the fact that you have to run Boston and then you got to run Big Sur. But yeah, there's a special registration for that. And I could be wrong, but I think there's also a higher priced VIP entry.
There is.
If you don't want to do Boston, you can just pay a little more. And then it comes with special perks. There's a VIP bus that brings you to the start line. I think there's VIP potties, there's VIP gear check. It's an elevated experience, plus maybe a jacket and stuff. So
the post-race food is pretty amazing there. I mean, it's fine dining.
Lovely. Yeah. Delicious. And if we get there's some left over by the time we get to eat some, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then the other thing about Big Sur is look where you're going. You've got the city of Big Sur, Carmel, Monterey, Pacific Grove. Hello, it is just Pebble Beach. It is so beautiful. I mean, Monterey Bay Aquarium, and on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah, and this race weekend feels very different than most others. I liken it to a professional golf tournament. So it's still fun and rowdy running experience, but it feels like a golf tournament. It's a little nicer than everything. Our committee members and board members, they wear these blue jackets. They're a little bit official. The blue jackets with the khaki pants, and speaker series is uptown and in a beautiful convention center, and everything's just a little bit more upscale at the Big Sur Marathon.
Yeah, that's very, very true. And, that opens up for registration coming up in August.
Okay.
So I can't believe we're almost through June. So we're sliding into July, and then August registration will open up. And I'd encourage anybody, participating. Again, it is Monterey, Carmel, and the surrounding area, There's a lot of fine hotels and restaurants, but make your plans early. It does get packed, and we'd love to see you there.
Yeah, and if you do the 5K or the 12K or the 11 mile or the 21 mile, everyone gets the same style clay medals, and everyone really gets that wonderful Big Sur experience. So if you're not up to a marathon, fine, go do the Big Sur.
Whoops. Hello, Fitz.
Miler, and, escape an extra. Am I there? Am I still there?
Yeah, you froze. At least on my computer, you froze. Just for a moment.
I did. Okie dokie. Oh, and then we'll talk about that. But yeah, great expo too, Chrissy. You're right. Christy lives up there, and she came to visit this year, and I only got her a hug, and then I never saw her again. So we're gonna have to change that next time. All right. So this is what I wanted to cover today. These races, our schedules have been packed. I would like to do another show, Spring Race Recap Part 2. And up next on our list, next time we do this show, which whether you like it or not, it's going to be next week, OC Marathon, the Donna Mother's Day 5K, Fargo Marathon, Buffalo Marathon, the Run Show Chicago, the DC Superhero Run Series, which I'm in the middle of right now. And have you had anything else in May that I wasn't a part of, Rudy?
No.
Oh, good. You got to be loyal to me. No announcing.
I'm very loyal to you.
What? You did the Indy Mini.
The what? Oh, the Indy Mini. I'm sorry. Yes, Indy Mini, which was amazing.
All right. You
absolutely amazing.
Next time.
You're right. Indy Mini. Absolutely. We'll yak about it next time.
Okay, next time. But then also, we have some fun events coming up. I want everyone to check out dcsuperherorun.com. I am bouncing around the country. St. Louis was 2 weekends ago, 2 weekends ago. We are back. The same epic elation that the Wonder Woman run and the Batman run bring, but now it's Superman, Batman, and Woman. I go to Chicago this weekend, and then I think it's Washington, D.C., Atlanta, San Francisco, Dallas, and San Antonio. And you just have to go on the website to figure out what dates. But you could always use discount code Fitzness when you register. What else do we have coming up in the fall? What do you have?
Well, I've got OC Fair 5K, Gary Kutcher's OC Marathon summer event. OC Fair, way fun. You actually, if we do this 5K where it's at the fairgrounds, which is happening at that time, the OC Fairgrounds, huge, beautiful event, and you actually get to go off the course slightly and do things at the fair. There's 3 or 4 different opportunities to do fair stuff. Break a plate with a softball and other things. And shoot a basket.
Some people end up coming through the finish line with all the prizes that they earned.
Yeah, they got prizes. I remember the first time I saw it. What are you guys doing? What's going on? And they get a fair ticket. It's really fun. Team Noisy is the discount code for that. 10% discount. And just signed on today. Long Beach Classic. It's a half marathon the next week after OC Fair, the next weekend in August. And the discount code for that is Rudy Runners 15 for 15% off. And that is Jason Bruton and crew. So much experience putting on races up there. It's going to be great. It's at the Marine Stadium. It starts at the Marine Stadium up there in Long Beach. And Long Beach is really a pretty amazing place. Queen Mary, lots of stuff going on in Long Beach. That's inaugural event there. The half marathon and 5K. It's going to be amazing.
Okay. And the only thing I would like to add, we actually have a bunch of other stuff on our fall schedule, but I'm waiting for contracts before I say boo about.
Oh yeah. And Christy, I just answered your question. So
yeah, she got that. And Detroit Free Press, I just added. So to be able to run,
so lucky. That's incredible.
Yeah, you're running through 2 countries, through America, through Michigan, Detroit, into Canada. There's a half marathon that goes into Canada, and then there's just America only half marathon, and there's a competitive 1 miler, and there's a 5K, and there's kids races. And I'm hoping they'll give me dogs and babies and, goats too, because why not? So I'm thrilled to be on board with that one. And again, we have a ton of other races we're actually adding to the schedule, but we wait for contracts because we're not only happy, noisy people, but we're good business people. So
Yes, we are. We try.
Okie dokie. That was a lot of fun. And don't you wish we could just redo every weekend? Like I would kill to be able to be back in Big Sur today and LA tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No such thing as too much of a good thing. Do you have any more videos? Do you have any closing videos or anything?
Why don't we look at the Big Sur video?
Do it.
Let's do it. Okay. Choop, choop.
And there it is. Did we overhype Big Sur? No, we did not.
No, in fact, there's actually no way to.
There's no way to. Yeah,
no,
exactly.
So good, but again, Coast Guard, the Donna, the Kook, LA, they're all so wonderful. We're so blessed, right? And filled with tens and hundreds of thousands of extraordinary people along the way.
And you know what? I'm chasing you out of here because you got another podcast coming up.
That's right. In about 15 minutes, I'll be back on with the DC Superhero Run Chicago. So thank you, Noisy Man.
Pleasure. Hey, we would love seeing everybody out there. So we hope to see you soon, and we'll be back on next week, right, Fitz?
That's right. Get to work, everybody. Bye.
Bye.